so much.
How's it going, everybody? Smoldar here, and this time I am going to be doing a little bit of a different of a video, and I'm going to preface it by saying I absolutely love Starfield. I love pretty much all Bethesda games. I'm a huge Bethesda fanboy, and yeah. However, just because I love something doesn't mean I can't identify and dislike things about a game. So, for me personally, as somebody who absolutely loves this game, these are going to be some of the things that I actually do not like about Starfield. Wish they would either get patched, fixed, or changed or something. Some of these have been around since Morrowind and whatnot. Anyways, let's go down the list. For me, the biggest culprit, I think, is menu navigation. Menu navigation, especially when it comes to using these things, right? So, using the star map, you bring up the star map by pressing the M button. You can zoom out by pressing the tab key. You can zoom out again, pressing the tab key. And you finally go out. However, if you go here, if I just want to go straight back to the game, I can't press escape. Escape still goes back. I have to press the M key. Granted, I'm sure you can re-keybind these things, but the menu navigation is still kind of funky. That's just me. I don't know. Maybe this is just a personal thing. Another thing, and this is also a very big one and has actually been a big issue in a lot of my questing, is NPCs talk over each other, or sometimes NPCs talk over themselves. I was actually just doing a quest earlier today where I was talking to an NPC. He was giving me more dialogue after I finished that segment of the quest. I fast traveled to a location where said NPC appeared and was now having casual conversation with another NPC while I was still hearing the dialogue of the NPC before I fast traveled. So I was getting two separate dialogue lines at the exact same time. And things like this happen all the time. You talk to an NPC and two other NPCs are casually having their own dialogue, and it's just as loud as the NPC who's talking directly to you. And along this line with NPCs talking, for me, it's kind of immersion breaking, but it doesn't... I've noticed it actually doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen enough where you can be in dialogue sequences and an NPC that you're talking to now has a line where they're talking to somebody else, but they're still looking at you, even though they're directing, all the dialogue is directed at a different character. But they're looking directly at you, and this is really, really weird. It's kind of creepy. Sometimes they don't do that. Sometimes you do see the characters turn and look towards the other character, but usually they're still looking at you, even if they're talking to somebody else. And another thing that I've been finding I don't really... This is kind of minor, because it's only partially true for what I'm going to say, is that the game doesn't really have much difference between day and night in the game. It doesn't really matter that much. Whereas in like older Bethesda games, the day and night cycles really, really matter. There was huge differences. Enemies out at night, different NPCs would be out wandering at night, different quests, things like that. And there are some quests and some NPCs that are only at night in the game, but one thing for me that's quite immersion breaking for me is shops never close. They are open 24/7, 365, and the vendor doesn't change either. It's the same vendor. Doesn't matter what time of day it is. Let's see. Another thing for me, and a lot of people have been fixing this with either mods or being on PC. You can obviously fix this in a console command. There's a lot of things you can fix in console commands. But if you're trying to play the game, without cheating essentially, or without mods, all the merchants in this game have a very low credit count. So if you're a complete loot hoarder, as most people who play these games, and you loot a ton of stuff, you're going to... Carry weight is obviously an issue a lot of people are talking about. It doesn't bother me that much, but you're going to run out of... The vendors are going to run out of money very quickly. Now, it's not the end of the world because the vendors restock every 48 local time hours. They will restock. They restock all their the goods that they sell and their money, but most vendors are capped at 5,000 credits. Trade authorities, I think, is around like 10,000, maybe 11,000, something like... It's around there. But at the end of the day, that's still a very low amount when you're picking up multiple things that sell for like 3,000-4,000. And it's like, I don't know. It kind of bothers me a lot. I wish there were maybe just certain other vendors that had a lot more or something. And another thing that bothers me, and this has been true for every Bethesda game, and it's true in other games, but it's getting better. Developers are getting better about this, but if you're having to follow NPCs, you know, like NPC says, follow me, or something, or the quest is follow said NPC to location. When they walk faster than your walk speed, but your run speed is way faster than their walk speed, so you're constantly doing this. Run a little bit, stop, wait for them to catch up. Run a little bit, stop, wait for them to catch up. Run a little bit. But anyways, these are just some of the things that after having like 130 hours in the game that have kind of bothered me, and I wish hopefully in Elder Scrolls 6 Bethesda fixes. And yeah, but anyways, at the end of the day, I still love the game. So anyways, thanks guys for watching.